Twitter does two things really well. Firstly, it's a perfect spot for having discussions and sharing ideas. And secondly, it's the best spot to go to for sharing social issues and breaking news. And both of these are wrapped around the idea of everyone having a free speech and having a voice. If you haven't been following the Twitter drama too much, pretty much it's at an all-time low. It's not in a great spot right now. And Elon Musk keeps bringing out these features and design things that keep weighing down an already sinking ship that is Twitter. And yes, I can make a submarine joke here, but I won't. I won't sink to those levels. Recently, Twitter added a tiered system where you can spend money to have your tweets be seen by more people through a subscription-based system, which is a weird way of doing free speech if you ask me, but I don't know how free speech works apparently. They also added restrictions where you couldn't actually view the website if you weren't signed in, and at the same time, you were limited to how many posts you could see per day, depending on if you paid money or not. And even if you paid money, you were still restricted to 6,000 posts per day, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Along with some other really basic issues that have plagued Twitter for the last couple of months now, with an increased amount of bot usage and advertising going crazy. Anyway, so what is this new competitor? You probably actually have a couple other apps on your phone already. The app is called Threads, and it's made by a little company you might have heard of called Meta. They make things like Facebook, Instagram, and the metaverse, I guess, all led by the robot with a human face called Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is trying to make pretty much a forum nearly. He's making Twitter at the end of the day, but he's trying to make an open space for people to talk to and have conversations. When Instagram is more about posting what you're doing, this wants to be a space where you can actually talk and have ideas and discussions. They've picked up 4 million users in the first 2 hours of it being released, and it released at the wrong time. They're actually like 15 hours early. So by the time this is 24 hours old, who knows how crazy this could get. The Twitter has 330 million active users per month, that's pretty impressive. That's a pretty high number. Instagram, which you can actually make an account with Threads by literally opening up the Threads app, pressing the login button with your Instagram account. So it's literally one click. Instagram has 2.3 billion people per month. So the potential here is massive for Threads. In a nutshell, it's just Twitter with a new billionaire at the helm. At the end of the day, you use the application, you type some nonsense, you doom scroll past all the happy people, find your memes, bingo bango. It's a clone. Nothing much more to say about it. And that's not a bad thing because Twitter is very, very good. Minus the current changes of, having to pay to use the software pretty much and whatnot. It's a great platform, but it does leave a sour taste in my mouth and many other people's mouths after all the awful things Twitter have done over the last couple of weeks and even months now. It's like when I went to cook at that one time in South Carolina, and I was getting a drink, got a thick shake, a malt milkshake, and the person making the drink said, "This looks like baby formula," as I was scooping it into my cup to make the shake. I wasn't keen to drink that drink either, and I'm not really too keen to drink whatever Elon Musk has cooking still to go. Drinking, cooking, all together, look, don't ask me how this works. Brain is going psycho right now. Okay, there actually are some pros to Twitter which we need to talk about because it actually is pretty significant. One pro, possibly negative, is that there is that one-click making an account from Instagram to Threads, and at the same time, cross-posting across those two platforms is instantaneous and super easy to do. At the same time, the word limit on Threads, I heard it was 500, but I've put in a lot of characters and nothing stopped me from keep typing. So we'll see how that goes. And at the same time, there's actually a 5-minute video limit on Threads. To give this perspective, on Twitter, it's 280 character limit, so it's more than half of what has been told for Threads. But in saying that, again, infinite amount so far. And I think Twitter's 30-second videos, unless you pay money, in which case you can upload like 20-minute videos, but then you're paying money, and in which case you're losing. So also one nice thing that might seem kind of insignificant, but actually kind of nice is that when you get the Threads, you can actually make it so it automatically follows everybody you follow already on Instagram. So that way you can check up on your ex and check up on all those really weird accounts you follow, and not have to spend tons of hours refollowing everybody else on a new platform. You can also easily bounce between both applications pretty seamlessly. So I kind of feel like on Instagram, you put your best self forward, you at the park, new clothes, whatever, maybe on holidays. And on Threads, you post all your just ramblings in your mind and all your cat photos. Because like Cindy, I love your cat. Timmy's a great little cat. But I don't need to see him every 2 minutes on my Instagram. On Threads, I think I can deal with that because that's what's expected on the platform. So now some negatives, and honestly, they're pretty big negatives depending on where you live. Currently in the EU, it's not available. There is some privacy law blocking it currently, but the fact that Instagram is available all around the world, I assume this will be eventually also. It's just like a bit of legal jargon to get through. And the big one for me personally, being a massive nerd and an introvert, is there's no PC or browser applications currently. I can't do this. I can't use Threads on my computer at all. Have to use my phone. So pretty big negative. And sure, eventually they might get an application for PC. But if you use Instagram at all, it is awful on PC. I would call it absolutely useless. It's like one-ply toilet paper. Why does this thing even exist? Reception overall is pretty positive, actually. Threads is trending on Twitter, which is kind of ironic when you think about it, and people are posting up their Thread accounts everywhere on social right now. In saying that, no one's actually linking their actual Thread accounts on Twitter, because if you actually put a hyperlink in your tweet, Twitter instantly kind of like buries it on everything else. So people are just like putting screenshots, for example, but people are linking their accounts. But another reason why just Twitter is a big old mess right now. Whole like ecosystem of like trying to get your tweets seen is ridiculous over there. At first, using the platform, honestly, I kind of dig it. Like, it's the same stuff I already see a little bit on Instagram, except more of the finer details and even discussions happening you don't get on Instagram itself. And I don't just see their best life. I actually see like how crazy these people actually are in the background, which I kind of appreciate as somebody who is also crazy. So tell me, what do you guys think of Threads? Are you going to use it? Are you going to sign up at all? Is it just a flash in the pan? Do you even use Twitter? Do you have a Twitter account? You kind of need a Twitter account now because you can't use Twitter. Do you guys use Instagram at all? Instagram seems very young to me. I'm like a bit older. You know, I'm like nearly 30. Ooh. My lord, don't remind me. And so like I kind of feel like Instagram's out of my range a little bit, and like I already see enough cute photos of my dog or other dogs on Instagram anyway and social media, and I got this cute little puppy right here, and like no one would see her 24/7 besides me because I'm her owner. But like she's a missing front tooth, massive underbite, she's a bit of a gremlin as you can see, but like she's adorable and I love her. But like people don't really want to see this. But Hazel, hey. Getting it on Threads? Answer yes.